Hello, I'm Laura Greco, your host at SuperPower Mommas on the SuperPower Expert Network. And I am very excited to be talking with you today about a topic that we all experience at some point in our life, if not more often. And that is irritating times, frustration, anger. How do we move into grace during periods of time like this? And why are we there in the first place, right? Um, in this year of 2020, we've experienced a lot of massive changes, a lot of media, and so much that can influence our emotional aspects right now. And that matters, right? It matters to us, it matters to our peace, it matters to our families and community, and really the whole world. And how do we navigate that on such a concentrated way? Because before, when we were in our spin of going here and there, we were able to like run off and get busy every time we were feeling irritated, where and that was its own, that was its own package, if you will. But now we're in confinement a little bit more. um, we're having feeling the we're feeling the restriction, we're feeling the fear of what this pandemic all means. What does it mean when we start going back out? What does that mean for our children, our work, our school, the schooling for the kids? And, you know, there's a lot of questions and not a lot of answers, and that creates a lot of uncertainty. So, what do we lean into with all of this going on? How do we move into that grace? Well, um, when we're in that irritation, we are definitely more apt to go into reaction. And I want to, first of all, just highlight the fact that there's there's no need to demonize our feelings, right? If we're feeling these feelings of irritation and anger and frustration and all of that, that's information. So, information is something that we can take in and then adjust our perspective about. Information means we get to look at it. But how do we get there? Well, the first step is to stop. Wherever you are when you're noticing or feeling it, whether it's right away or in a little bit of time or even after the fact, just stop. And the second step is to breathe or to calm, right? To breathe, to bring that mind, um, that active mind and fight and flight back into the heart. When we do that, we create safety in our bodies through our breath. And that gives us an opportunity to commune with ourselves and to lean into our faith, into communion with divine source. So whatever your tradition is, this gives you an opportunity to find your center, find your grounding. Um, and then that gives you a space to begin to become an observer, become aware of the scope of what's happening, to become curious. Remember, our feelings are information, and they're information that have been embedded in us from long ago. So, although when you're irritated and frustrated, it may not feel like fear, right? We have this paradigm where, or this understanding that we're either reacting in fear or responding in love, right? And so, what does that mean? That I mean, does anger and irritation feel like fear? Probably not in the moment. However, when you're in that safe space and you have an opportunity to become an observer, you'll begin to see something new. You'll begin to see that this kind of information or responsive reaction reactatory information is actually information that lets you know that You're not feeling seen. You're not feeling heard. You're not feeling safe for yourself or safe for someone else. So rather than going into blame about the situation, right? Oh, it's that fault or this fault or my fault, right? And judging it, we have the opportunity to look at it and see it for what it is. And with our connection with divine source, we have an opportunity to really take a step back and begin to work through the process of becoming more aware within ourselves, as well as gaining new perspective in what's happening around us. It's kind of like this. I think of the oyster, the beautiful pearls that come from the oyster. And I'm sure you know this, but a little tiny piece of sand was the irritant that ended up creating that beautiful pearl. Because the oyster, when he has that irritation, he secretes something that creates this barrier, this beautiful barrier between him and the irritant. And it's beautiful, right? And so we have an opportunity to create that beauty within our own life as we look to um, create awareness and understanding, perspective, curiosity, and release blame, judgment, guilt, right? Fault, all those things, and instead look for avenues of resolving and just being in love and grace. So this was um, initiated, or this I started this conversation from a perspective of the messages on superpower experts. So it's superpowerexperts.com/messages, and this particular one is fear. Oh no, it's about fault. It's I'll put the link in with this video so you can find it. I invite you to have a look and to see how it resonates with you. I also invite you to have a conversation with me. If you go to my show page, you will find a link where you can schedule to talk with me. I would love to do that. And if it feels more comfortable for you, you certainly can email me. The address is laura@artofsoulfulparenting.com. I look forward to talking with you. I look forward to being part of a worldwide movement of creating more grace in our lives, even during these challenging times. And remember the oyster, right? It's the grain of sand, that irritation that can create such beauty. The sand is just a piece of sand. There's no judgment about the sand. However, the oyster creates beauty out of that irritation. So, big hugs till next time.